All right, let's get you going here on your Monday morning. We're going to start off with clear skies and sunshine once the sun comes up, but take the sunglasses and the umbrella because you'll notice those puffy clouds popping up late morning into the early afternoon, and then some showers and thunderstorms will develop out of those clouds. 60s, low to mid 60s to start your day. Looks like upper 70s for a high, and things will start to settle down tonight. Kim?
Sounds like a beauty. All right, well, let's take a look at your commute this morning if you're headed out towards M59. This is right at Livernois here, and you can see things looking great this morning. Pretty light traffic volumes in this area, and we've got dry roads to start off your day.
Every Father's Day in Grand Island, New York, race drivers fire up their engines to see who has the fastest lawnmower in town.
Okay, so it's not the Daytona 500. Yes, we know that. But some of these lawnmowers are pretty fast, burning rubber as they fly down the straightaway. The event got its start back in the late 60s when one man reportedly started a friendly betting war with his neighbor to see whose lawnmower could go the fastest.
Okay, those first two that we showed you at the start were going really fast. It felt a little dangerous.
There is so much going on in my head right now.
Imagine how fast you can mow your lawn, though.
It could get done very quickly. I don't know about efficiently, but it could get done very quickly.
Right.
It is 5:25, everybody, and there could be some big trouble ahead for the new Little Caesars Arena. New in our next half hour, the legal showdown that's happening today.
Plus, Nick is working on breaking news from Detroit's east side this morning. Nick?
Rhonda, a 17-year-old was shot after a game in front of their apartment. It looks like it happened as he was trying to run away from an armed robber. We'll let you know what happened here next on Local 4 News today.
And we're following breaking news right now of terror in London. That's what witnesses and police are calling it after a van rams into a group of people outside of a mosque. We have learned that one person was killed, several others were hurt. We'll have the latest coming up.
And shots fired during an attempted robbery. A teenager is wounded while trying to escape the danger.
And the fans and the air conditioners are going to get a break today. Mother Nature turning down the heat just a little bit, and we might even get some much-needed rain, or as Paul is calling it, some much-needed rain. My area got some much-needed rain yesterday.
I was going to say, yeah, I think it just depends on where you are.
Exactly.
Because these kind of pop-up showers have been spotty, so apparently some folks have managed to stay dry.
Yeah, Paul is desperately needing some rain in his area. Maybe we can combine it to your house.
That works for me. Although I'm a giving person, I'd like to share. I mean, we can share with everybody else. I mean, listen, Metro Airport has had only has a deficit of 89% below what is average for rainfall this month. I mean, we've only had at Metro about a third of an inch of rain, so we need some rain in some places. All right, right now temperatures very comfortable, low to mid 60s in many areas. 65 at Grosse Ile, Metro's at 63, Dundee at 60, Manchester, Saline, you're within a degree of 60, Livonia, you're checking in at 62. City of Detroit is one of the warm spots at 65 in the Heat Island, as we expect. Low 60s to the north as well. Macomb Township, you're at 59. Romeo at 61. Emmett at 61. Port Huron at 55. Sandusky, you're at 60. And Holly, you're checking in at 60 as well. Not a lot going on right now. You can see we have mostly clear skies. There is a little disturbance coming in from the west. We'll talk more about that in detail coming up in about 10 minutes. But suffice it to say, for the day today, sunglasses this morning, and then you'll need an umbrella this afternoon. So you'll notice by mid to late morning, those puffy cumulus clouds just start to kind of pop up. You see these little puffy little clouds, and then you'll see showers and thunderstorms for the mid to late afternoon period. 78 for the high, and by early evening, things will start winding down and we'll be dropping into the low 70s. So I'll be back with that forecast coming up in just a bit. Kim?
All right, Paul, thank you. Still looking good out on the roads. So we're talking about some construction that could slow you down just a little bit today. If you are traveling over on 8 Mile, that is where you'll see this project over on the westbound lanes from Wyoming to the Lodge. Expect one lane blocked there. This will be blocked until about 3 p.m. So if you're out this morning or running some errands, just keep this in mind. Also, over in Berkeley, we do have some construction on Woodward. This is happening on the northbound lanes from 13 Mile to 14 Mile, so just a mile stretch there. That will have one lane blocked starting at 7 a.m. This will wrap up around 1 p.m., so it won't affect your evening commute. And we also have some construction on I-75, but I'm going to tell you all about that project coming up at 5:44. Back to you.
Kim, thank you. We are following breaking news from Detroit's east side this morning. That is where a late-night game of dice turned into a very violent situation.
Yeah, a teen was shot during an attempted robbery. Local 4's Nick Monticelli is joining us live now from the scene. Let's start with this teen. How are they doing?
The 17-year-old teen is still in critical condition, Evrod, and we should say that this wasn't an attempted robbery. It is an actual robbery after cash and jewelry was stolen from the victims in this case. You can see behind me here, there are still a couple of officers standing inside of that apartment. That is exactly where this robbery and shooting happened, here in the 5000 block of East Outer Drive, not far from 7 Mile Road here on Detroit's east side. We also have some video to show you. This started at about 3 o'clock this morning, and we have new information from the Detroit Police Department that there may be a second suspect, a total of 2 suspects involved in this robbery, armed robbery and shooting. So, and again, around 3 o'clock this morning, there's a group outside of that apartment playing dice. They say they were gambling. And then 1 or 2 people were losing money, got angry about it, left. One person, at least one person, came back with a gun and then robbed the people inside. In fact, one of the people who I talked to, the victim's cousin, said that he was running away. The robber kicked in his door, put the gun right to his face, and I asked him, what was this guy saying to you?
Give me everything in your pocket, basically.
And you said that he had the gun right in your face?
Right in my face, to my nose.
All right, so then after that, this cousin says that his 17-year-old cousin was also trying to run away. He says the robber shot his cousin in the back, pretty close to the spine. He said afterwards his cousin was still awake, but not himself, very unresponsive. They were having some issues with him. They were taken to a nearby hospital. In fact, they went to St. John's Hospital and is still listed in critical condition. You can see a lot of people still outside right now. The detectives have arrived about 10 minutes ago to start going through this to figure out exactly what happened here. But again, they do have 2 suspects they are looking for. One about 6 feet tall, 230 pounds, a black shirt. The other one bald, stocky build with a red shirt and blue shorts. However, they do believe they know who these people are. After talking to those involved, they say that they think that they live here in the complex. At the very least, they know they were staying with some people who are still detained in a police car right over here over my left shoulder. So hopefully, at least detectives and the sergeant out here says they think they should be able to catch these suspects fairly soon. We're live here on Detroit's east side. Nick Monticelli, Local 4 News today.
And let's certainly hope they do. Nick, thank you for the update.
It is 5:34, and we are continuing to follow the breaking news out of London. That is where 1 person is dead and at least 8 others remain hospitalized. Police say that this van plowed into a group of pedestrians said to be leaving a Ramadan prayer service. A 48-year-old man who is a suspected driver of the van was detained by witnesses at the scene until police arrived and took him into custody. Police are calling this an act of terrorism.
Taylor now, a teenage girl accidentally shot in a parking lot as she waited for pizza. This all happened Saturday night at the Little Caesars on Telegraph between Goddard and Wick Roads. The teen and the shooter were both sitting in a parked car when the gun accidentally went off, grazing that victim in the hip. A 19-year-old man was handling the weapon, and Taylor police say he does not have a CPL. The 16-year-old girl is out of the hospital. She says that she didn't even know right away that she'd been shot.
We were driving up to Little Caesars to get pizza, and next thing you know, we heard a loud pop. We thought the car was gonna blow up because we seen smoke coming out the radio. We just hopped out the car because we thought the car was gonna blow up. And then he screamed, did it go through? Did it go through? I didn't know what he was talking about. And then I felt pain, and I looked down, and I was bleeding.
Pretty scary stuff, but just glad that she is okay. That accused shooter was taken into custody.
The investigation continues as 7 U.S. Navy sailors are dead after the destroyer ship that they were on collided with a container ship 3 times its size near Japan. Immediately after the collision, the search for these missing sailors began, but the search was called off on Sunday. It was determined that they died inside their sleeping compartments. It happened early Saturday when a Filipino container ship, more than 3 times the size of the USS Fitzgerald, crashed into it. The damage was quite evident when the ship was towed into port. Vice Admiral Joseph Asson, he says that the most expensive damage to the ship is underneath the waterline. Commander Bryce Benson was in charge of the ship at the time.
He was medevaced. His cabin was destroyed. He's lucky to be alive.
The Vice Admiral praised the crew, which had to fight to keep that destroyer from sinking. The Navy has released the identities of the 7 sailors. They range in ages from 19 to 37.
U.S. Navy officials say a Navy fighter jet took down a Syrian warplane over the weekend. Now, that takedown reportedly happened more than 2 hours after forces connected to the Syrian regime attacked the north-central town of Jadin. This was the first takedown of a Syrian aircraft by the U.S. since 2014, when it started fighting ISIS in Syria. 58 people. That is the confirmed number of deaths in the London high-rise fire, and sadly, that number is expected to rise. Public anger is mounting as residents are demanding answers for how that blaze spread so quickly, trapping so many of the tower's 600 residents. British media reports that just last year, contractors installed a cheaper, less flame-resistant type of exterior paneling, and police say it'll take weeks to recover and identify all of those victims. And we are getting a look inside of the building that police released video and still photos showing the charred ruins of the tower's interior. Again, a criminal investigation into the cause of that blaze is underway.
Here at home, happening today, the Pistons' move. Could it be in jeopardy? Their move downtown. That's a hearing scheduled to take place today after a request is made to block the funding for the Little Caesars Arena and the new Pistons headquarters. Earlier this month, a suit was filed against the Downtown Development Authority and the Detroit Brownfield Redevelopment Authority. It says that the project should not be funded with local and county taxes without a public vote. Last week, attorneys asked a judge to dismiss the suit in order to prevent massive harm to the city.
It is 5:38, everyone. Work-related stress is a much bigger and more serious problem than experts realize.
Yes, new this morning, the questions to ask about your job. We'll have more on that. And in the carport, stopping the sale of cell phones to children. Ahead at 6, the plan that would fine businesses.
But first, the other woman many have been waiting to hear from about the Bill Cosby trial. Cosby's wife, Camille Cosby, is now speaking out. We'll hear from her next.
The Sealy.
Welcome back, everybody. Bill Cosby's wife, Camille Cosby, blasted the district attorney and judge in her husband's sexual assault case after a mistrial was declared on Saturday morning. Here is the statement that she read outside of court. Quote, "How do I describe the district attorney? Heinously and exploitively ambitious. How do I describe the judge? Overtly arrogant and collaborating with the district attorney." Camille went on to describe Cosby's accuser as totally unethical and the media as blatantly vicious entities that continually disseminated intentional omissions of truth for the primary purpose of greedily selling sensationalism at the expense of human life. The jurors were unable to reach a unanimous decision after 52 hours of deliberation. The prosecutor says that he plans to try the case again.
Closing arguments are set to get underway this morning at the retrial of a white former University of Cincinnati police officer accused of shooting and killing an unarmed black driver during a traffic stop. Ray Tensing is charged with murder and voluntary manslaughter. That shooting was captured on his body camera. He took the stand on Friday and testified that it was not his intention to kill, but that he meant to stop the threat. A jury must decide if Tensing was justified when he opened fire. At least 32 people were hurt after a deck that they were standing on collapsed. This happened in Montana. A group of people were attending a memorial service and standing on the second-story balcony of the building when it fell. All 32 people were taken to the hospital, including 6 who had to be airlifted there. Injuries range from mild to severe. Later this morning on the Today Show, investigative reporter Jeff Rawson takes a closer look at the issue of deck safety.
So what should we be looking for?
If you see that the board that attaches your deck back to your house is connected with only nails, that can make the deck very unsafe. Nails are smooth and round, and they can pull away from the home.
Good for hanging photos, not for hanging a deck.
Exactly.
Some very important information, especially in this climate. Jeff's full report again this morning on the Today Show starting at 7 a.m. Paul, over to you.
All right, Evrod, we're off to a great start, and take a look at this. Oh, we have a beautiful sunrise about to occur, just about maybe about between 10 and 15 minutes away. Looking at Belle Isle here, there's the MacArthur Bridge right there. Beautiful. It looks like the sky's on fire there. get your cameras out, your cell phones, and take some pictures. Put them on storm pins. Would love to show you some of those sunrise pictures around the metro area. Temperatures right now equally beautiful. We're in great shape. The coolest spots are in the upper 50s. Howell, Monroe, you're 58, 59 degrees respectively, and the rest of us are in the low 60s right now. So looking real nice as we start our day. Now we're watching, there's actually a second tropical area that we're watching. That's down, way down off the northern part of South America, but that doesn't look like it has a whole lot of potential. It may develop into something, but then eventually not do a whole lot. This here, an area of disturbed weather, is not a close circulation yet, but the models are bringing it into the Gulf, into a favorable environment. These waters are very warm, and so there could be development into a tropical system, and that could affect somebody in the Gulf Coast here. The models are in big disagreement, but I know a lot of you have interest down here, so we're going to keep a close eye on the tropics for you, as we always do here at Local 4. We know that you care, and so we'll watch it for you. But again, this is about a 80% chance of tropical development over the next 2 days. So this is something we're going to watch very closely. Right now, a lot of clear sky, just a few little whiffs of clouds around, so mostly sunny skies once that sun does come up. And then back to the west, nothing really happening yet, but during the afternoon, we're going to see a little disturbance come through, and that's going to be with an unstable enough atmosphere, enough to kick off some showers and storms. So by mid-afternoon, early to mid-afternoon, showers and storms, and then tonight we see the activity start to diminish, and then another one of these, a weaker one, comes in tomorrow with some scattered showers tomorrow afternoon, and then another one comes in tomorrow night with more showers. So we need some rain in many areas. Some areas got a lot the last couple of days, but a lot of us do need some rain, and hopefully we'll get a little bit at least over the next 24 to 36 hours. So today, again, scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. A very comfortable 78 degrees for the high with comfortable humidity and a little bit of a breeze, 10 to 20 miles per hour. And then tomorrow, a similar day, a little cooler, mid-70s for a high, scattered showers. Summer starts on Wednesday, best day of the work week, 78 for a high, partly cloudy skies, beautiful day. Thursday, Friday, chances of showers and thunderstorms. As far as the weekend goes, for the end of Ramadan, big celebration in the Muslim community. We're going to have a beautiful day, partly cloudy skies, 82 degrees. And then Sunday, we bring the showers back into the area. And right now, it looks dry for Monday night fireworks. We'll keep a close eye on that as well, Kim.
All right, well, we're all looking forward to the fireworks on Monday, so hopefully no rain. Keep it that way, Paul. Good morning, everyone. Hope you are having a great start to your morning. It's a great start to the traffic day. No accidents to worry about right now. So we're talking about some construction over on Gratiot today. North and southbound Gratiot from 8 Mile to 11 Mile. You can expect one lane blocked there. This project starts at 7 a.m. and will wrap up around 3 p.m. so it shouldn't affect your evening commute. We also have some construction over on I-75 at the northbound side right at westbound I-96. Expect only one lane open there from 9 a.m. and to 3 p.m. So it could see a little bit of a slowdown there. Also expect some construction over on eastbound I-94 right at Haggerty. One lane block there. This happening 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and will continue daily until tomorrow. Over to you.
All righty, Kim, thank you. It is 5:48 and time now for some stories that you might have missed if you were busy over the weekend. Well, we all were busy over the weekend.
Right? It was just one of those weekends.
Yeah, it certainly was. And trust me, these stories, everyone needs to gather around the TV. First, we'll start down in Florida, where a homeowner fends off armed robbers with a machete, and the whole thing was caught on camera.
Yeah, you see him just kind of hanging out in the garage. The homeowner and another person were sitting there on the front porch when the home invaders arrived. The owner called police, but didn't wait, as you can see in the surveillance video that they have, for the police to arrive. He picked up whatever he could find to protect his family and ended up using a machete to try and hold them down.
So the man disarmed one intruder and held him until police got there. And then you see all those mugshots there. There are 5 others who are in police custody. The weird and bizarre thing is that first he had that big long board, that wooden board, and I thought that that's what he was going to use. But no, he ran back and got the machete.
Right.
Because who doesn't have one of those?
Well, but they had shotguns.
Yeah, they did. Any means necessary to protect yourself and your family. Everyone, this is the story I'm talking about. You need to gather around the TV for this one because there's a problem here that we are going to help rectify. Chocolate milk comes from brown cows. Apparently, that's what many kids believe, but there is an alarming number of adults who believe this as well.
I can't believe that. I can't believe it. I can't believe that anybody really thinks that. There's a new survey that was conducted by the Innovation Center for U.S. Dairy, and it found 7%. It's a small percentage, but nonetheless, there was even one person, and this is American adults, that believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. Not only that, 48% of people surveyed said that they aren't totally sure where chocolate milk comes from.
Shut the front door. Are you serious? That's like racism against cows. That's like cowism. You know what I'm saying? What in the world is going on?
But what I'm saying is, like, nobody's ever made chocolate milk at home before.
I guess not.
To
when
see
you can
that
buy it in a carton
you can
like
just
that.
a little powder and change your white milk to brown.
Where does strawberry milk come from? That's what I want to know. We don't have pink cows running around.
Apparently.
Oh boy, oh boy. I hope Kim DeJulio is listening for this next story. The most impressive highlight of the weekend might have come in Sunday's Toledo Mud Hens game, and it didn't involve any of the players on the field.
Without moving his feet, a fan made a slick one-handed catch to snag a home run. Look how smooth this guy is. Nice catch. He kept his left arm on the railing the entire time, and he only glanced up to double check and see if he caught the ball. You have to keep your eye on the ball.
Yeah.
That's an important thing.
Aren't you supposed to throw it back? If it was the opposing team, you're supposed to throw it back, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Are you supposed to do that, Paul?
Well, some do, but I keep it.
I know Paul said he'd keep it.
I would probably keep it too. Yeah.
Or give it to a child nearby.
Yes, absolutely. It is 5:50, everybody, and this is a good excuse for you as you are heading to work this morning. Maybe you don't want to work so hard because it's a Monday. The World Health Organization predicts that work-related stress, burnout, and depression will top the list of the world's most prevalent diseases by the year 2020.
And it's a serious thing.
Yeah.
Thanks to smartphones, many of us never fully leave the office. You may be burned out if you are easily upset by small things, find it hard to breathe or breathe excessively, and if you find yourself trying to please others. All of those are some signs and symptoms that you could be burned out at work.
Yeah, getting enough sleep, spending quality time with friends, and even turning off your technology when you're not at work can help eliminate all of those stress symptoms. Many workplaces also offer support programs to check with your boss or HR department for that. And if you still feel overwhelmed after trying some of these options, you might need to speak with a psychologist or go on a vacation. You know what I mean? Like, have a baby, take 2 weeks off.
Take your vacation time, though. We talk about that so many times where people aren't even using that time off.
Yeah.
And you really need it to just reset,
rejuvenate,
relax,
rejuge, all of the above.
Exactly.
You know?
Time now is 5:52, and a toddler tumbles out of a window 6 stories high.
And she barely has a scratch on her. It's an amazing story. We'll get that for you next.
It's a new trend that can give you a fresh look for summer.
Plus, the natural, safe way to get well and stay well.
And what are you afraid of? Today at 10 a.m. on Local 4.
Hey. All right, let's get you out the door. And some kids still have school. We have, in fact, a good friend of mine's a Detroit school teacher. They're in school today and tomorrow. So low to mid 60s, it was sunshine for the kids heading to the bus stop this morning, and then showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, firing up mid to upper 70s for a temperature then. So take the shades and the umbrella this morning. Kim?
All right, sounds like a good one, Paul. Take a look at your commute this morning. If you are traveling over on Southfield Freeway, this is right at McNichols. Traffic volume starting to build just a little bit, but we are still accident-free this morning.
All right, Kim, thank you. It is 5:55 now. And a scary situation for this toddler in New York. Her parents were even more scared when this toddler fell right out of a window.
Yes, it's a 2-year-old. This 2-year-old girl fell from a 6-story window in the Bronx on Friday, and she came away with only a few scratches, if you can believe that. The parents say that the window is usually shut, but the girl's cousin opened to hear the rain. When the cousin stepped out, the toddler found her way to the window and tumbled out onto the awning below. Thank goodness that awning was there. Another child saw her fall and told the nanny.
I was trying to climb up on that awning, but I couldn't. The kids from the second floor apartment had gotten the nanny's attention, and so she was trying to get out the window and climb out.
This is unbelievable. The nanny ended up rescuing the girl from that awning. She was looked at by doctors and is fine, as you can see here in the video. After the scary incident, the girl's parents are going to invest in window guards. Very useful.
Good idea.
All right, coming up all new at 6 o'clock right here on Local 4 News Today. We're following stories for you from Sterling Heights, Southfield, and Detroit.
Plus, it's not as healthy as previously thought, why experts are warning against coconut oil.
And we are continuing to follow breaking news for you this morning from Detroit's east side. That's where a 17-year-old was shot during a robbery. We'll have a live report from our Nick Monticelli there at the scene coming up next.
Voting is...
Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
One person is dead and several injured after a van plows through a crowd in London. We're following this breaking news from overnight as the UK capital is once again the target of a terrorist attack.
And breaking news here at home, a game of dice ends with a 17-year-old robbed and shot in the back on Detroit's east side. We're hearing from the family.
And we are catching a break from the humid heat as we take a live look at the beautiful sunrise in the eastern sky this morning. But we do need to keep the umbrellas handy today as well. Welcome to Monday, everybody. Thank you so much for waking up with us. And to all the dads out there, you included, hope you had a happy Father's Day.
Thank you very much. We are going to have complete coverage of the breaking news in just a moment. But first, Paul is in for Brandon, tracking a change in our weather. And it's very important to listen because I got caught in the rain yesterday, ducking in and out of stores at 12 Oaks and came outside and bam, we got hit.
More shots.
Yeah, take both the sunglasses and the umbrella today. You need the sunglasses this morning, the umbrella this afternoon, and it's just worth showing you one more time. Here's that beautiful, beautiful sunrise. Want to see some of these on storm pins? We'll show them to you later on today. And here's Belle Isle here, so just a beautiful shot here. All right, temperatures are generally in the low 60s across the area, Adrian, Ann Arbor, Metro, Lapeer, except Ann Arbor. That's an exception here because the thermometer, again, is in a bad spot there at the airport. So it's cooler at the airport than most of the surrounding areas. So most of us are right now around 60 into the perhaps mid-60s. Nothing going on right now, just a lot of mostly clear sky here across the lower peninsula. And then we get back to here, a little disturbance here. I'll show you that coming up in about 10 minutes. But a little disturbance is going to come across and trigger some showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon period. So again, a lot of sunshine to start. We'll see those puffy cumulus clouds popping up and then showers and storms this afternoon. 78 degrees for the high. Again, I'll be back with your full forecast through the week ahead, through the weekend in just a bit. But right now, I'll send it over to Kim.
All right, Paul. Looks like today is going to be a great one. And we are dealing with great traffic this morning. Always a good way to start off the week. Take a look here. I-75 right at Crooks. Doesn't look crowded at all. Actually, pretty light traffic volumes right now. We've got dry roads to start off the day, accident-free. But we do have some construction over in Rochester Hills, a road closure. I'll tell you about that coming up at 6:14. Back to you.
At 6:01 now, we want to get to that breaking news from London. One person is dead and at least 8 others are in the hospital after a van ran into a group of people.
Right. Police say that a 48-year-old man is responsible. They say that he is the suspect, a suspected driver of the van that plowed into these people. Now in custody. The incident took place as Muslims were leaving the Finsbury Park Mosque after Ramadan prayers. The attack is being treated as a terrorist attack.
And the van literally turned left with no indication, with no even, like suddenly, that's deliberately left, and they just hit the people. And one of them, he was under the van.
Police say that no one else was found inside of the van.
And even more breaking news from London. This morning, we have just learned that 79 people are now dead or missing from last week's massive apartment building fire. That number is a significant increase from the last report of 58. So more than 20 people additional. A criminal investigation continues into the exact cause of this blaze. And now here at home, breaking news from Detroit's east side. The search is on for a gunman who robbed and shot a teen.
Nick Manaselli has been following this story for us throughout the morning. And Nick, sounds like it was just a kind of a family get together and all of a sudden everything changed in an instant.
Yeah, there were some people outside of the front porch playing dice. They say they were doing some gambling, and then things took a turn for the worse. You can see behind me here, there are still detectives and evidence technicians and police officers here on the scene at this apartment complex, which is in the 5000 block of East Outer Drive, pretty close to 7 Mile Road here. They're still going through that apartment looking for other pieces of evidence and interviewing all of those who may have seen or heard something. We also have some video we can show you from not long after this happened, which was about 3 o'clock this morning. One of the cousins of the victim tells me they were outside playing dice. And then shortly after the game started, 2 men, or at least one person, was losing money, got mad, went back to their place or someplace they were staying, got a gun, and then came back to the game, tried to rob them, did rob them, and then shot his 17-year-old cousin. He says that the guy kicked down his door, put the gun on his face, demanded his cash, his jewelry, his girlfriend or his wife's cash and jewelry. They took a lot of things out of that apartment. Then he says his 17-year-old cousin was trying to run away, and that's when he was shot in the back.
He was awake, he was moving, but he wasn't responding like he was supposed to. So I really don't know. I really don't know. I hope he all right.
Do you know this guy?
I haven't seen him, never. But I know he's staying in these complexes.
That 17-year-old is still listed in critical condition. He was taken to St. John's Hospital. As for the suspect, again, there could be 2 suspects. In fact, they may have fled in a white Buick. That's all something that police are still working to piece together right now, although they still are talking to some of the witnesses and people involved. In fact, they are also questioning someone that they believe the suspect or suspects may have been staying with at the time. They're not sure if they're living in this apartment complex or were just staying here, but they do have a pretty basic idea of who they're looking for, so hopefully that will help them solve this here pretty quickly. We're live here in Detroit's East Side. Nick Bonacelli, Local 4 News today.
The thief was pretty bold, so let's hope that they can track him down and get him off the street, and we're certainly hoping for the best for that teen. Nick, thank you.
Time now 6:05, and a manhunt continues on Detroit's west side now after a mother is shot and killed inside of her own home. And this happened last night at a home near 8 Mile in the Southfield Freeway. The victim's 14-year-old son and 4-year-old daughter were inside of the home at the time. The teen heard arguing, followed by those gunshots, and then sadly discovered his mother shot in the living room of that home. Police say this was an argument between the mother and a male friend, and right now they're looking for a cream-colored Chrysler 300. A 10-year-old girl mauled by a pit bull is improving. Surgeons were thankfully able to reattach her arm and save her foot, and police say that her outlook is hopeful. However, the victim is still in critical condition this morning. The attack happened in the backyard of her aunt's home after the dog escaped confinement. The girl's aunt tried to pull the dog off of her, but was also hurt. That dog is now in Detroit Animal Control custody.
New confusion on whether President Trump is under investigation or not for possible obstruction of justice. The president tweeted on Friday that he was being investigated, but now one of his lawyers says that the president was actually referencing something else.
The president has not been and is not under investigation, and the tweet was in response to the Washington Post story with no named sources whatsoever.
The president's tweet said special counsel Robert Mueller is investigating whether the president obstructed justice by firing James Comey. On Twitter, President Trump said his agenda is doing very well despite the distraction of the so-called witch hunt. The president insists that he had no illegal dealings with Russia during the election or that he has tried to block the investigation.
Another protest is planned in Southfield in response to the recent wave of ICE raids that have detained dozens of Iraqi immigrants across Metro Detroit. It's at 1 p.m. at the Southfield Mother of God Church. It was back on Sunday, yesterday, when dozens gathered to protest in Sterling Heights. The majority of those detained by ICE are Chaldean or Muslim, and many Iraqi Christians fear that they'll face violence and even persecution if they're sent back to the majority Muslim nation.
And I have a brother. They took him on Sunday. We never heard from him until just after they come to Ohio, and that's when we heard from them. They said they'll bring him back in 2 hours. This is not right. Christians, Muslims, they're all going to get killed by ISIS.
The ACLU has filed a class action lawsuit on behalf of the detainees. No deportations can happen until a hearing at federal court happens later this week.
Time now is 6:07. Whole Foods will soon have a new owner, Amazon. And now we are learning just how Amazon plans to save customers some money.
Yeah, we've got details on that coming up. Plus, Jason just arrived in the carport. Good morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much. Welcome back. Yes, indeed. The Hive just got a little bit bigger. Beyonce and Jay-Z welcoming their second and third child. How the world found out. Next, after these commercial messages.
Tonight.
Good Monday morning. We're still talking kids and money this June because we know that 1 in 5 teens doesn't have any financial literacy skills whatsoever. We got to get them some. Let's do it with books this summer. Money Smart people, Kelly Masters, my friend over there, says these are the books you get the kids from grades 2 to 6. Planet Z and the Money Tree. It's from Ally Financial. And you can download this one for free on your computer right at home. Earthling kids teach extraterrestrials about money. Then there are the classic Berenstain Bears books by Stan and Jan Berenstain. The first one's called Trouble with Money. Kids learning about working for money, but also not wanting to do everything for money, finding their priorities. And then there's Dollars and Cents, Budgeting and Money Management management skills, getting the kids to learn how far their money goes and what they can do with it. All great reading for the kids this summer. If you need any more information, we have all of this on my money page at clickondetroit.com.
How far could you?
Well, welcome back, everybody. I love when we talk about our next
He's a super
biggest a super fan. This is like my.
Is it more than that?
Well,
is there anything beyond a super fan?
I don't know. That's a good
Fan
question.
is short for fanatic.
But that's very true.
And he is, and proud of it. So the rumors were swirling around Beyonce all weekend long, and everybody wondered, did she have the twins or not?
Well, make it 3 for the Queen Bee. Beyonce and husband Jay-Z have welcomed their twins into the world. Beyonce's dad, Matthew Knowles, shared the news in a tweet on Sunday. Beyonce announced her pregnancy back in February on social media as well. While no official confirmation from the couple, the twins would join their 5-year-old big sister Blue Ivy in the now family of 5. Evrod reacts.
Well, I'm just saying. I had a son, you know, like they can all just be friends.
I think so. Play dates, the whole nine.
Yeah. There you have it.
Why not?
Over to the box office, Wonder Woman has finally been dethroned. Cars 3 taking the top spot over the weekend. The third installment brought in an estimated $53 million in earnings, marking the worst opening in series history. Wonder Woman fell to second place with, just about 40 mil. As for the Pixar franchise, Cars 3 was not only the worst opening of the series, it was the lowest debut total for the Pixar brand.
Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
Fans of the famous sports flick A League of Their Own gathered over the weekend to celebrate the 25th anniversary of its release. More than 2,500 fans of the classic film filed into the stadium in Huntingburg, Indiana for a softball game between the Peaches and the Bells. It's the same stadium parts of the movie were filmed in. The movie, released in '92, pays tribute to the Women's Baseball League that was popular during World War II. There's no crying in the weather department.
Some folks apparently are crying that they need some rain, while others are like, okay.
And by some people, she means Paul. Paul's the only one crying around here.
No, we just need the rain, and crying's not going to do anything about it. So, hey, got to keep showing you the sunrise. It's just so spectacular this morning. Just a beautiful shot from our sky cam there. Belle Isle off to the right there. So, just a beautiful, beautiful shot. The coolest spots are in the upper 50s right now, like Howell and Monroe, and the milder spots are in the low to mid 60s. They'll appear at 61 and 62 over in Detroit. Great storm pin for you. Some of you yesterday saw this. You're looking to the west. You have sunshine overhead, and you look to the west, and there's this big line of dark clouds. Libby's mom sent that in from Orion Township. That's a great shot. Thanks for sending that in. And I'm looking for some sunrise shots. We'll show you some of those later on today. I'll show you some at noon, and Ben will show you some later at 4, 5, and 6, perhaps. All right, we have nothing going on around here right now. We have mostly clear, mostly sunny skies, as you just saw on the sky cam. But back to the west, we have a bit of a disturbance that's going to be coming through. We call it a trough. It's basically a little line of low pressure, kind of a cold front that didn't graduate from cold front school. This is yesterday's cold front. This is a college graduate here. This thing is moving off to the east. That brought in the cooler, drier air mass that we have now. So as this thing comes in this afternoon, it's going to trigger some scattered showers and thunderstorms. That's going to move out. We'll settle things down tonight. Another weaker one comes in tomorrow with some scattered showers in the afternoon. That moves out. And then another one comes in tomorrow night, and that brings in another batch of showers. So we have 3 of these things coming in, but then high pressure finally comes in and brings you the nicest day of the work week, at least, for the day on Wednesday. This afternoon, again, watch out for some showers and storms, but sunshine this morning, so you'll need the sunglasses and the umbrellas today. 78 for the high, and it's going to be a little on the breezy side, but nothing you can't handle. Tomorrow, again, scattered showers. First day of summer is on Wednesday, 78 degrees, partly cloudy, really a nice day. Showers and storms return Thursday into Friday. Notice temps back into the 80s. Saturday, the last day of Ramadan, it's actually called Eid al-Fitr, and that's going to be a big celebration, big feast in the Muslim community. It's a beautiful day, partly cloudy sky, so if you're doing some barbecuing, it'll be great. 82 degrees. Showers return for the day on Sunday. All right, let's check out your weather window this morning, and this is shot by my buddy Jim McCardle. A nice shot of the flag there. That was over Pine Lake Golf Course in West Bloomfield. Nice looking shot there. Thanks, Jim. All right, Kim, what you got here on the roads this morning? Good news?
Yes, lots of good news this morning. It is a beautiful start to your work week. This is a look at our 1-800-CALL-SAM-CHOPPER shot. This is I-75 right at I-696. So if you're headed up towards Royal Oak this morning, things are looking A-okay. So let's talk about some construction that could slow you down just just a little bit if you're traveling through Rochester Hills. Eastbound Auburn Road will be closed today from Crooks to Livernois. That closes at 7 a.m. and will remain closed until 5 p.m. on Thursday. So keep this in mind for the week, but don't worry. In the meantime, you can use Hamlin or South Boulevard instead. Also, we have some construction over in Utica at a closure here as well. North and southbound Hayes closed just south of M59 here. This is closed for a nightly project, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. So in the meantime, you can use Van Dyke to get around that. Evrod.
Alrighty, Kim, let's get into today's consumer headlines. Gas prices, some good news there. They continue to go down. Plus, Ford is taking its popular SUV off the road. But first, you can expect lower prices at Whole Foods. Who knew? Let's turn things over to Maribel Aber. She joins us live at NASDAQ. This is great news.
Great news, Efrod. Amazon actually planning to cut prices at Whole Foods once its deal to buy the grocer is completed. Amazon will also work to keep Whole Foods' reputation for premium fresh foods, even with the lower prices. All this is according to a report from Bloomberg News. Amazon may also use technology to eliminate cashiers, but an Amazon spokesman denied any job cuts were planned. Ford is adding an off-road version of the Expedition in the U.S. The big SUV will feature the FX4 trim package that is popular on Ford's F-150 pickup truck. Ford created the off-road Expedition for the Middle East, where the SUV is actually a popular choice for driving through deep sand. The U.S. version will go on sale later this year. Ford will disclose the price closer to the on-sale date. Gas prices in Michigan are down 8 cents from a week ago. The statewide average is $2.32 a gallon, according to AAA Michigan. It's about 29 cents lower than this time last year. Metro Detroit's current average is $2.35 per gallon, about 6 cents less than last week's average. That's latest in biz. Hey, hope you had a great Father's Day weekend, Efrod.
I certainly did. Thank you very much. And it's good news about those gas prices there. We love them when they're down. All right, time now is 6:18, and he swung his way into the history books.
Yes, how this 27-year-old cruised to his first championship, and it was the U.S. Open. Plus, the moment a gunman opens fire on a crowd streamed on Facebook Live, and that was just the beginning of a violent crime spree. We're going to have that story coming up next.
And before we go to break, let's meet today's Facebook friend for the day. This is Mary Adragna. She's from Warren, and she is a mother of 2 adult children and 2 granddaughters and loves pizza and Click on Detroit.
Well, we have some good news for you because we have a Tormina's gift card, Tormina's Pizza gift card just for you. I had that pizza over the weekend. I ordered it for the first time.
Oh.
It's really good. So just for being our friend of the day, you get the gift card from Tormina's, Mary. And if you would like to be our next friend of the day to everybody else, just a few steps. Like the Local 4 Facebook page. Once you're there, click on the Friend of the Day tab, upload a picture, and tell us a little something about yourself. You could be our next Friend of the Day. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. It is 6:23, and at least 7 people were injured during a shooting spree in a tourist area of Myrtle Beach, and it was all caught on camera. You can see the horrifying video. It shows a fight start, and as a crowd gathers, one man pulls out a gun and starts shooting. An armed security guard nearby was shot in the leg, but he returned fire and managed to hit the gunman. That gunman was able to carjack a vehicle and then drive away, but he was later caught and is expected to be charged. Pretty scary moments there, all caught on camera.
Wow, that is scary. Well, here's something a little nicer. If we had a Storm Pins Hall of Fame, this would be a candidate. Look at this shot just posted within the last 5 minutes by Kim in Port Huron. Spectacular sunrise over Lake Huron. Man, I've got to step out of the way for you. Look at that. That is just beautiful. That is a gorgeous shot. Thanks for sending that in. Bus stop forecast. Yes, there are still a few schools that are finishing up early this week. So for the kids heading to the bus stop that still have school, looks like low 60s, maybe mid 60s at the 7 a.m. bus stop. And by this afternoon, some showers and thunderstorms popping up, and looks like mid to upper 70s for the afternoon bus stop. Now look at the next 7 days. The average high is 81 degrees, so we're starting off actually a little below average here. We have some 70s today, tomorrow into Wednesday. Then we kind of bump back up into that 80s range, and then we start cooling off again by the end of the weekend. And right now, by the way, Kim, looking dry for fireworks night next Monday night with comfortable temperatures. We will certainly keep an eye on that. So what have you got on the roads this morning? Good news or bad news?
And that is fantastic news, Paul. Well, let's hope it stays that way. It's still a week away, but let's take a look right now. We do have some construction to warn you about if you are traveling on Woodward today. The northbound lanes from 13 Mile to 14 Mile will have one lane blocked from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Also some construction over on Gratiot. North and southbound Gratiot from 8 Mile to 11 Mile will have one lane blocked from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And real quick, let's get a live check at our roads right now with our Sky 4 chopper. This is a look at I-75 right at I-94. Traffic volume starting to build, but still all clear this Monday morning.
Good stuff, Kim. Thank you. To 6:25, and let's get into your morning sports. We're talking the Tigers. They had a very disappointing end to their homestand.
Yeah, they really did. They fell to the Tampa Bay Rays, and it was not a good one at all. 9-1. We lost yesterday. They struck out 12 times and allowed 5 home runs. And the Tigers will be back in action tonight on the road, traveling to Seattle to take on the Mariners. Over to golf, just 27 years old. Take a look. This is Brooks Koepka. He took home the first major crown of his career at the 117th U.S. Open in Wisconsin. Koepka tapped in that putt there for par on 18, but he finished at 16 under. He had an incredible round. He also tied for the lowest 72-hole score in U.S. Open history. Pretty impressive. Good for him.
27 years old.
Yeah.
All right. It is 6:26, everybody. And coming up next at 6:30, local stories for you from Detroit, Dearborn, and Taylor.
Plus, banning the sale of cell phones to children. The controversial measure getting a lot of attention this morning. We'll have more on that.
But first, it's a close encounter of the bear kind. That's coming up next. It's today's top video.
Join Eastern.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time for today's top video. It takes us down to Florida, and that's where one police officer had quite a unique encounter with a bear that was just out for a stroll.
Yeah, as the bear comes closer, though, the officer opens his car door and to get a closer look.
Why?
As the bear stands just a few feet away. They look at each other for a minute. And then the bear eventually just decides, you know, I'm not messing with this cop. I'm going to just go on my merry way here. Florida Fish and Wildlife Service advises never welcome a bear to come up to you.
Absolutely not.
He should know that. He's a police officer.
Now, is that a full-grown bear, or is that like a...
Kind of look like a cub.
Like a teen bear?
Yeah, maybe a preteen.
It's a tween bear. So it's not that dangerous.
We're back in a moment.
This Monday, Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
Terror strikes London yet again. One person dead and several others injured when a driver targets a crowd leaving a mosque.
And breaking news out of Detroit, where police are searching for a lone gunman who shot a 17-year-old in the back during a robbery. We're live on the scene. Paul?
Relief from the heat. That's what a lot of people want, and we have that, and we have some sunshine this morning, but we're also tracking some showers and storms this afternoon. I'll break it all down for you just ahead.
Well, it was an interesting weekend. It was beautiful, but
yeah,
we saw some showers here and there on Father's Day. Hopefully it didn't spoil anyone's plans.
Absolutely not.
We kind of got caught in it. We were on the golf course, but it was like it came and it went. It was over and done with in about 5 or 10 minutes.
That's the kind of rain that I feel is acceptable. Meteorologist Paul Gross is in this morning, though, and he wants us to get a downpour because he says we, quote unquote, need the rain.
Well, some people had a downpour Friday into Saturday and Sunday, 2 to 3, 4 inches of rain. In fact, some had that just on Friday. But some of us have had almost nothing, and so we do need some rain in spots. I'm not saying everybody, but in spots. Boy, I tell you, we have a gorgeous start to this day. Lots of sunshine, beautiful sunrise, 62 at Metro Airport. The wind is light, so we're in great shape as we head out the door at this hour. Nothing going on weather-wise around here, a lot of clear skies, but we have something going on north of the state, and we've explained this. This has happened a couple of times now over the past few weeks. We have low pressure up here, and basically around the low, we have little spokes of low pressure, little troughs of low pressure, if you will, and basically think of that as a bicycle wheel, and this thing is spinning around, and it's going to bring those little spokes through the area over the next 36 hours or so. And in fact, when I show you the computer model in 10 minutes, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. It's actually quite interesting. But for right now, again, this morning, no problems. Take the sunglasses for the morning. morning, but take an umbrella for the afternoon if you'll be out and about, because showers and thunderstorms kind of bubbling up. You'll even notice those puffy cumulus clouds popping up late morning, and then you'll see by this afternoon showers and storms. 78 or so for the high with a bit of a breeze out there. Be back with the forecast for the week ahead, including the weekend ahead, in just a few minutes. But don't forget, you can always head over to clickondetroit.com and check out your 4-zone forecast. Go to the weather page, click on the 4-zone tab, and you'll see right there I've posted high temperatures for every part of the metro area. We'll see you back in a few. Kim?
All right, perfect thing to do if you're headed out the door right now. And speaking of which, if you're headed out the door, it is looking great for you. Take a look. We've got lots of green on our maps here, so the perfect way to start off your Monday morning. But let's talk about some construction. Those of you traveling over on 8 Mile today, watch out for this construction westbound side of 8 Mile from Wyoming to the Lodge. There's going to be one lane blocked there until about 3 p.m., so it could slow you down a little bit this morning. Keep that in mind. Also, let's get a live check at our roads right now to see what we're dealing with. Looks like a pretty morning out there. This is our Sky Ford Chopper over Southfield Freeway right at Ford Road. Traffic volume starting to build a little bit, but we are accident free to start off your work week.
Kim, thank you. We do want to get to the breaking news we're following this morning. If you are just waking up with us, there is a 17-year-old that is in the hospital recovering from a gunshot wound to his back following a robbery on Detroit's Seaside.
Yeah, local 4's Nick Monticelli is there on the scene. He's been following this story, even talking with family members and witnesses. Let's talk about this teen, though, Nick. Do we know how they're doing?
I just talked to his sister. She says that he is at St. John's Hospital in and out of surgery. They're trying to work on him right now, but he still is listed in critical condition. You can see behind me, the scene is kind of wrapping up. There were evidence technicians from the Detroit Police Department inside of that apartment up there. They are done now. They still have, I should say, detectives still have a few more people to interview, and then this scene will be cleared. This happened at about 3 o'clock this morning. We have some video from around then that we can show you. Family members as well as the Detroit Police Department telling us that about 3 o'clock there were a couple guys outside playing a game of dice. They were doing a little bit of gambling, playing some dice, and then 1 or 2 suspects got angry with the amount of money they were losing. So instead of just walking away like men, one of them took out a gun, started robbing those inside, even shooting that 17-year-old who just tried to get away from it all. Now, the victim's sister, by the way, the victim's name is Christian. She says that he was trying to run away, wasn't putting up a fight, and they were all shocked when these guys, or at least one of them, pulled a gun and started shooting.
Pulled the clip back, aimed it at my cousin. He missed. My brother tried to get up and run out the house. He aimed it at him, and he got the bullet. And they went through the house, grabbing everything from everyone, the money, phone, change, jewelry, bust the windows out, threatened to kill everybody.
Really strange situation because they were playing a game and then suddenly it just escalated before anybody could even realize what was going on. And to make matters worse, she said that not only did her 17-year-old brother get shot over this, that those who stole the cash, money, jewelry, they only got about 90 bucks. So all of this was under $100. Pretty sad, all things considered. Again, that 17-year-old in critical condition at St. John's Hospital. Suspects they're working on, but they've got a pretty good idea of who they're looking for. In fact, they're talking to the person they were staying with right now, so hopefully finding them shouldn't be too much of a problem. We're live here on Detroit's East Side. Nick Monticelli, Local 4 News today.
Critical condition. We sure hope that they'll pull through.
Yeah, we certainly are
So
thinking
senseless.
about that 17-year-old. It is senseless.
Nick, thank you for the update. It is 6:35 now. Let's get to breaking news from London, England. That is where one person is dead and at least 8 others are in the hospital after a van ran right into a group of people. Police say a 48-year-old man who's suspected to be the driver of the van is in custody. The incident happened as Muslims were leaving the Finbury Park Mosque after Ramadan prayers. The attack is being treated as a terrorist attack. Right now, we want to get to stories that we're following from all across Metro Detroit this morning.
And those stories include stories out of Waterford, Dearborn, and also in Taylor. And that's where a teenage girl was accidentally shot in a parking lot as she waited for pizza. It happened on Saturday night at the Little Caesars on Telegraph near Goddard and Wick Roads. The teen and the shooter were both sitting in a parked car when the gun accidentally went off, grazing that victim in the hip. A 19-year-old man was handling the weapon. Taylor police say that he does not have a CPL. The 16-year-old girl is out of the hospital and says that she didn't know right away that she'd even been shot.
We were driving up to Little Caesars to get pizza, and next thing you know, we heard a loud pop. We thought the car was gonna blow up because we seen smoke coming out the radio. We just hopped out the car because we thought the car was gonna blow up, and then he screamed, "Did it go through? Did it go through?" I didn't know what he was talking about, and then I felt pain, and I looked down, and I was bleeding.
The accused shooter was taken into custody.
In Dearborn now, a community is mourning the death of 22-year-old Anthony Cyber. He was killed over the weekend while heading to a memorial ride for 2 other motorcyclists who were killed last week. The family believes another vehicle was involved. They describe him as an experienced and safe rider. Anthony went to Wayne Memorial High School and worked in Livonia at a tool and die shop.
I know that he was 22, young, wild, and free, and basically that's what he is now, free. He was a wild spirit, outgoing, crazy, adventurous.
Very, very sad. A vigil will be held for him today at the Tim Hortons on Ford Road and Gully. That's where the accident happened.
Repairs are underway after a dump truck slams right into this Waterford building. It happened at the Harwood Tuxedo building on West Huron Street near Telegraph. Fortunately, the building is currently vacant, so no one was hurt. The cause of the crash, though, does remain under investigation. It is now 6:37 here on your Monday morning, and many think that it's a healthy alternative, but still ahead, there's a warning this morning about coconut oil.
Yeah, we'll tell you why experts are saying that you should not use it for cooking. Plus, Jason's standing by in the carport with a very controversial debate.
Yeah, the debate over kids and smartphones just took a step further. The measure that would ban stores from selling those devices to kids. Now this.
Sky 4